it is hard to do good films because you just want to watch them. But
Yeah, but like, why wouldn't you want to watch them?
I don't know. You can't really take the piss out of this that much. So
It's a good movie. Yeah.
yeah, this film broke me into like my teenage years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, when did I say it? It was '97, so I was 11 or 12. I don't know if it was before or after my birthday because it just come out on VHS.
Hmm.
And I went around my friend's house and was like hanging out in his brother's room because he had I think his brother had just gotten an N64 then. He was like, "Oh, do you want to watch a film?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, well, he's just got this Scream," and I watched it and I was just like blown away by it. I was like, "I
Yeah.
love horror films," because I'd seen like Halloween and A Nightmare on Elm Street before that. I mean, I love
Right.
Halloween now, but up until that point, I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, I think. See, this movie's interesting because I went on this like deep horror kick when
Yeah,
I was a teenager. I'd seen stuff before then that was obviously horror, like the Alien and Predator movies, and Jurassic Park's not horror, but it's close for it's like an introductory horror.
yeah,
But fucking Scream was like one of the last series that I kind of saw, and I only saw the first one and bits of three, but I figured to stop then because all the other shit was from like the late 70s or 80s, and Scream was like modern.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like it was making fun of all that shit that I had just wasted like hundreds of dollars buying like movies for. So I was like, fuck. Yeah.
Scream hurt your
Oh,
feelings.
well, it told the truth. Like it was a little too
Yeah,
brutally honest because I had like all the Halloweens, had all the Friday the 13th movies, Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it was around the time I started getting into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequels that I realized that some of these movies are kind of ass.
mm.
A lot of them are ass, but like some of them are fucking terrible. Scream was so good that I was like, ah, this is like, maybe I shouldn't watch anymore. That's why it took me so long to watch Scream 2 and
Yeah, because
Scream 4. But
over here they banned a lot of horror films
oh, yeah.
in the 80s, like they called them video nasties, and sort
Oh,
of.
yeah, yeah.
And after, so it was basically after Scream revived the horror films, like the late 90s, they sort of brought them all back, and like they had like all this big fucking marketing campaign behind it, like the horror films are back, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I remember watching it and being like, that was pretty pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the scene where they were sitting around the dinner table, I was like, what? What is going on?
Yeah, and that's the weird thing though is like, and I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is like a straight up comedy,
Yeah,
like where fucking Leatherface is trying to have sex with the news reporter woman. Goofy as hell.
yeah,
Yeah, Scream was like, Scream was just way better. Like it's probably quality wise, I would say the Scream movies are um they're not the best franchise for like slashers. They're definitely among the best.
mm,
Halloween, I think, would give it a run for its money.
yeah. I think with Halloween though, they beat it like it was beating the dead horse.
Yeah,
Although some of
they
the
beat it to
sequels
death
are cool,
multiple times.
but I mean, my least favorite out of all of them is 4 and 5, which I know a lot of people love them.
I used to love 4 and 5. I still like 4. 5 I rewatched and it's terrible. 6 is I don't like 6 either version of 6.
I don't think
Um,
6 is the worst. Poor Rudd, but
if all Rudd's in there.
yeah, but
Um,
fucking yeah,
I really like the first two and H2O, and then the new one they made. I think those are the ones that I like the most.
yeah. Resurrection can go fucking do one.
Yeah, not Resurrection.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just gonna turn this light off. Fucking should have done all this stuff before. One sec. Right, well, I'm ready. So
All right, man.
we're talking
Whenever
about it.
you,
Might as well play it and talk about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Whenever you're ready, I can press play.
Yeah. So anyone who's listening along, we've got it just as a Dimension logo is coming in. So We'll do in 3, 2, 1, play.
Got it. So weird going back and watching this logo with all the fucking Weinstein shit that happened. I better turn this down. The first time you saw this, did you expect Drew Barrymore to get fucking brutally murdered?
No, not really. I don't think anyone did. I think that's why it was so surprising, really.
Right, she's got her face all over the posters and everything. It's kind of interesting how.
I think in the UK poster, I think it was on the because you used to get the regular VHS and the widescreen VHS, and I was always I always used to love just going to the video shop and looking at widescreen video cases because they were always a different design, and it was the one with the character one where she's on it. So.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, this movie fucking. Unfortunately, not so much this movie. Definitely the sequel got ruined. I took forever to watch Scream 2, and I finally watched it a few days ago. And the beginning of Scream 2 was lampooned in fucking scary movie.
Yeah.
So like,
where he puts the cock in his ear.
Yeah, exactly. But it's fucking great though, man. I was talking to Em about this for the last few days. I'm a big fan of this franchise. Like, I really like most of Scream 3 is not good, but at least it's better than Jurassic Park 3 for that.
If they would have sold it as a mystery film, it probably would have been better. That's a good week she's gone.
Everything about this is so of its time. She's about to watch a video. She's popping the fucking popcorn and shit. She's got a landline phone. Yeah, it is great how Scream updates. Like, every sequel is kind of relevant. They're not like... it's cool that they never became like overly cliche like the Halloween sequels did. Definitely like some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. She makes fun of.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how they do 5 because the people behind it is what's their name? The guys who did Knives Out. I don't know if you've seen that.
Rian Johnson movie?
Yeah, not Ryan. Yeah, he's not doing it, but I think it's the writers who are doing that.
Oh,
no,
okay,
is it Knives Out? I might be. Is it them? Yeah, it is them. The writers are doing it.
Okay, as long as it's not him.
Yeah, no, he's not.
I didn't see Knives Out, but I did see The Last Jedi, and I can tell you, man, I keep him away from any franchise.
Why is Dewey sitting on an island doing fuck all movie?
Hey, that's a good thing to bring up, though. I know David Arquette and Neve Campbell are coming back, right?
Yeah. He's 100% confirmed. She was negotiating right before like the coronavirus shit kicked off, but
she'll probably accept it, I would imagine.
What else has she done other than Skyscraper with The Rock?
I didn't even watch that movie. This is great too. Just the way Roger L. Jackson, if you can pay him like $50 on an app called Cameo, he'll record. I'm trying to get one like for a new channel I'm starting. I want to be like, hey, do you like scary movies? Just because how fucking cool would that be? Just to have his voice on your YouTube channel.
I wonder how much it would have cost to get him on this commentary.
Oh my god! I wonder what he would have to say. Probably reveal so much shit that nobody's even heard of.
But do the voice. Do the voice. Yeah, because he never met her, did he? They never met, him and Drew Barrymore, before filming this scene.
Did not know that. I did hear that they did talk to each other over the phone, though, right?
What, while filming?
Yeah,
they were doing this, but I remember he would Wes Craven, I think, got him to ring Drew Barrymore, like when they weren't filming, like when she was at home, just to just say creepy shit. Yeah.
No way, that's cool.
So like by the end of filming, she was just like, I don't want to meet this arsehole.
Damn. At least it's effective. I mean, she gave a great performance.
I wonder if they'll ever do a director's cut or like an uncut version, because I know the scene, when they cut the boyfriend's, like he guts him, doesn't he? Like
Yeah,
originally, that was a lot gorier.
I actually saw that footage earlier this morning. It's on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
It's
Is it in them documentaries or?
I don't know if it's in the documentary. I know they talk about it in the documentary.
Because I watched them, both of them when they come out, which was Scream 4 time, and I probably watched them again about 5 years ago, but around the 20th anniversary sort of thing.
Right.
But I haven't watched them since. I might watch them after.
Might have seen it, but it shows his guts actually like falling out. Like when he does die, you just kind of see him like they're already cut out of him. Yeah. I love how this movie just fucking goes for it. By the way, like with all this shit right here.
Yeah.
Steve does get fucking killed. And he asks her what door he's at, and then he throws the fucking chair like through the window.
Yeah, because you can imagine though, like before this, for literally since the first Halloween film come out, horror movies became a joke, and then going to watch this thinking you're just going to get some cheesy date night horror film and
some bullshit like that, and then it's actually legit scary and original.
Yeah.
Another thing that I learned that when you recommended that documentary, I had no fucking clue that the original name for this movie was Scary Movie.
Yeah. Well, that's why they're called Scary Movie.
Right, yeah, I had no idea. And then they were talking about, oh yeah, Wes Craven looked over the script called Scary Movie. I'm thinking like, what the fuck?
Well, I'm glad he did Scream instead of Scary Movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was like super into Scream, like from the moment I saw it until probably about a year or so after Scream 3. And then I was old enough to go to the pub. So
right. It's usually how that works, though. I mean, sometimes when for me with Jurassic Park 3, kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Like, all right, and that was that, I guess. So, and sure that actually, were there even talks about a Scream 4 after they wrapped up Scream 3 on the internet and stuff?
I think there was a little bit, but nothing, because I don't think Scream 3 did make money, but not as much as 1 and 2. So I think it kind of pattered out, and I think the whole slasher genre, the revived slasher genre from Scream 1 was burning out quickly at that point.
Yeah, I can imagine, because then they were doing Halloween Resurrection, and I know whichever last summer movie they were on.
Yeah, and did you ever see a film called Valentine?
Saw My Bloody Valentine. I don't think I ever saw one just called Valentine.
Yeah, it's got Angel, David Boreanaz in. Is if you want a film that's the year 2000 in a nutshell, that isn't Scream 3, watch that.
Okay, all right, I'll have to give it a look.
Yeah, it's cheesy. But, the guy who did it was you ever see Urban Legend?
Yes.
Yeah, it was that guy who did that. So that's why I went to see it, because I was a big fan. Like Urban Legend's not as good as Scream, but Urban Legend's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not. Hey, it's no Scream 3. That way.
Yeah, maybe Urban Legend 2 Final Cut is, but
I haven't seen Urban Legend 2. I didn't even know there was an Urban Legend 2.
It's a really fucking weird film. Yeah. Anyway, this is this whole scene. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember. I put it on the chat ages ago about the change in masks. Did you?
I looked at that, but I didn't. I don't know how to tell like which one is which. What is the deal with?
But one of them's like really flat, and the eyes look a little bit more squinty, and the other one is like the standard mask, which is used throughout the franchise. But
is it only in this scene that it's the different?
No, it's in the whole film. Oh. Like it chops and changes between the whole lot, and it's like, how can no one notice that it's a completely different mask?
Is it you think it could be like Stu's mask and then Billy's mask, or is it?
That's like Jurassic levels of making excuses.
Okay.
I think because if you go back and like read up and listen to all that production stuff, don't they? They found the mask and then they got the company to do like a reproduction
Right.
load of
Yeah.
masks, and I think the one of them is the one they found, and then the
Oh,
rest
okay.
are like the batch that they got maybe. But you can notice it. It's when he's chasing her. I think it's the flat mask, and then it changes to the standard mask when she pulls it off. That's the most. Well,
It's the
yeah, because
most
that's the
noticeable.
standard mask there. But when he headbutts the window, it's the flat mask.
Really?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. So I don't know if you're at sync with me now. He's just jumped through the window and grabbed her. And you watch when he's
I'm.
chasing her, it's the flat mask.
Oh, I think I do see a difference actually. At the
Yeah,
part where he's about to stab her.
yeah, because it's flat, like it doesn't poke out.
Yeah.
And then when it cuts to the close up of his face, it's the standard mask.
Huh.
So that's pretty gruesome.
That's great.
Hmm.
And great. This is probably one of the best horror openings
Oh,
ever.
yeah. But that mask thing now, you'll never unsee it.
Yeah. What's so crazy is you've got iconic like slasher openings, like let's say Halloween.
Hmm.
Say, I don't know if you want to count Friday the 13th, but you can. And I don't think Friday the 13th's opening is anywhere good as Halloween or Scream, but
Yeah.
honest with you, I don't think Nightmare on Elm Street is either, with just Jason or Freddy making his finger glove.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? To tell you the truth, I might like this opening more than any of the other slasher openings. It's just
It's definitely the most shocking.
fucking goes for it, man. And especially, you've got these teenage characters, but to have girls' parents come home,
Yeah.
they're like, look, I felt bad for them. Like the most recent watch where I was watching, was like, fuck, know that something terrible just happened to their kid.
Yeah.
Then meanwhile, she's getting fucking cut up like in the backyard. Jesus Christ.
Oh, we'll go and get some help. Oh, there she's hanging from the tree with her guts hanging out.
Exactly. Yeah. It's pretty brutal too. That's getting dragged away with the phone and everything is disturbing. Not like Michael, where she's stabbed with her boobs out in her room.
And the robotic stabbing motion from his arm.
Yeah, yeah. This scream, by the way, reminds me so much of the woman screaming in the Lost World, where she gets cut to.
Yeah, that should cut to Malcolm. Someone should edit that.
So much of that cut it Ian Malcolm Yanni.
Yeah. It's good as well because you think like when you first watch it, you're like, oh, is she gonna get killed now?
Yeah, exactly. And then they cut to that fucking gruesome image of Drew Barrymore.
Hmm.
Is that MS DOS? Got on her computer right there.
Like a poster of the two corridors or something on the wall as well.
Yeah. I don't know how many people agree with me, but Nev Campbell's fucking gorgeous in all of these movies.
Yeah, back in the day, it was one of my top.
And this fucking Leonardo DiCaprio wannabe.
I thought it was the Johnny Depp wannabe, wasn't it?
He's both, man.
That's why that's why Wes Craven cast him, wasn't he? Because he reminded him of Johnny Depp.
He does look a lot like that. I mean,
especially Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, the first one. Right.
But he's got the most unfortunate name though in real life.
Skeet.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the?
It sounds like a fungus you get if you swim in a dirty swimming pool. I got a case of the skeet.
I got it, skeet. Ulrich doesn't do him any favors either. It's all fucking scene. I rewatched Scary Movie before I rewatched Scream.
Yeah.
That whole joke where he's like, "You love that joke, sweetie. You've loved that joke since you were 2 years old." Where she's talking about like hiding the fucking cocaine. Oh man.
A funny story about a Scary Movie is I got hold of a pirated copy on VCD when it came out, and it was on 3 discs. And Like we watched it, and then I remember I bought it on DVD when it came out, and 90%, well, probably not 90%, at least a good 40% of what I watched on the VCD was not even in the final film, and there was just
Really, what did they cut out?
like the whole ending was different. Like she gets run over at the end or something like that, and I just remember just watching it on DVD and then watching the VCD again and being like, "What the fuck?" It wasn't cut out. It was just like it was just because them films have got no structure, have they? They just film fucking skits basically.
So weird that they would edit that much shit out of the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure if you like look up on Wikipedia, they say about like the changed ending and things like this. And
yeah, I'll definitely look that up. The way I bet fucking David Arquette feels terrible because of how people would try to associate his character with
Doofy.
Fucking scary movie.
So a little nod to Halloween with the soundtrack.
Yeah, Don't Fear the Reaper. Which, by the way, this soundtrack for this movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I got the score and the soundtrack because you get the score. I've got the digitally. I've got the expanded score, but on CD I had the Marco. Is it Marco Beltrami? The
Trami, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Scream 1 and 2 double set.
I gotta get that because I'm listening to songs in the soundtrack for the last few days, and they've got a couple of tracks from like the actual score for the film. But score for the film is great. It's got this kind of like industrial metal.
Yeah, that Trouble in Woodsboro track's awesome. It's like
yeah. Fucking cool, man. Like this is a very 90s movie, but I mean that in like the best way. You know what I mean? Like not like I don't know.
It's not laughable, you know, if you watch like Friday the 13th, the original, and it's just pure 80s cheese.
Yeah, it's kind of still trying to shake off some of that fucking 70s shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this movie is good in all the right ways, and I think a lot of what actually like really helps it is the fact that it's not dumb as rocks.
Yeah.
It's actually really clever, and it's a really clever movie that does a lot of original shit. Great actors, a great director. The kills are fucking dope.
Yeah.
The soundtrack's awesome. Everything about it works, in my opinion.
They could remake it pretty much beat for beat, you know, like Psycho 98, like exactly the same, but just, you know, modern cars, modern haircuts, you know, and you probably wouldn't even have, they wouldn't have to change anything really, because you've got like the cell phones and, you know, just the way people are.
Yeah, it doesn't feel unrealistic. It feels. It's another good thing about Scream is it feels. Honestly, that's how people talk. Like all this shit where they're talking about movies all the time. Like you never do this. You know, that's how normal people fucking have conversations. So it's. Rose McGowan, by the way.
Yep.
She dyed her hair blonde for this, I think.
Yeah, because I think it was Nev Campbell, Drew Barrymore, and Rose McGowan all showed up with dark hair, and he was like, "Oh fuck's sake!"
See, I'm getting major Nightmare on Elm Street 1 vibes from like some of the high school stuff. I guess it's because Wes Craven did both movies, but like for example, when Billy Loomis gets arrested, like Rod, the first Nightmare movie. Only Rod didn't actually kill anybody. I like how this movie. I don't know how to put it into words. Everybody's already said it before me. The movie's not a fucking. It's not. It's not something that you've seen before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just good. There's
the Fonz.
Fonz is the principal.
Oh, for Fonzarelli.
Man.
Yeah.
Probably kind of like caresses her chin. She's like talking to him about. There's no way a principal would do that today without getting in a major fucking trouble.
Isn't he? He's that guy, isn't he? He's a policeman in something else or something.
I couldn't figure out what the fuck he was in, but yeah, I do
Joseph
recognize
Whip. He's just asking for like a sexual harassment case, over the
No, right?
tannoy. The real principal
think
loves you. Just don't tell your parents.
your principal loves you. I went to school today, and the principal started rubbing my face. Like,
Yeah, he's in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Joseph Whip, the policeman. Sergeant Parker.
oh, he's one of the other cops.
Yeah.
Because he's not her dad, John
No.
Saxon, like one of the other people.
Shaggy Doo.
Matt Lillard gives like a fucking 1,000% in this movie.
Mm.
It's great.
Even Jamie Kennedy as well.
Yeah. Oh. Randy in part 2, personally like more.
Mm.
I like Randy in this movie, but part 2, kind of, which I understand why people were so upset when he got killed, because like,
Yeah.
he's a great character and all, but he was in college. Something about him just kind of made, I don't know. In this movie, he is like the dorky guy on the side. I didn't feel like he was that much of that in the second one, even though he kind of still is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really explain it.
Yeah, it's good. It's almost like they did a like a feedback thing from fans before the second one. They were like, "We want to see more Randy in the second one." So Wes Craven was like, "Okay, I'll give you more Randy," or Kevin Williamson, and fucking kills him halfway through.
Well, they fucking brought him back though, apparently because of that backlash with that videotape in part 3. By the way, that shit, seeing it. It's cool to see him in like the little thing, 'cause he's talking about the girl he fucked and everything, but they bring it up with like his sister that we've never heard of.
Yeah.
She's, oh yeah, Randy's gave me this videotape that you should watch. It's so like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Have you noticed like he's basically got a selfie camera, but then when his roommate's banging on the door and he jumps up, like the camera angle changes.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even.
Because the camera's in his face, and then when he jumps up,
it's just his face. Yeah.
He's like sitting about 3 foot away from the camera. The scenery in this film is gorgeous as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the actual houses that they've got,
Yeah.
like, they're great.
You can go to them. You can like drive, because I always said next time I go to LA, like for more than 2 days, I'm gonna fucking just get a car and drive up there.
Oh yeah, man. You were telling me about that. I had no idea that was even a thing.
Yeah, and also because you got the. I wonder if they do it for the 25th anniversary. I'm gonna fucking try and get out there for it.
It'd be awesome, man.
Because if you watch that video I sent you, the Adam the Woo one, because he went to it, and like just like touring the house and recreating the scenes, and then they fucking do like a night screening of it. I think it's like in the living room where they're watching the Halloween in screen.
How fucking cool would that be, man? That'd be like one of the best things possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so cool to see. Like, there should be more movies that do stuff like that.
I just love all these little like the. It's not even a false scare, is it? It's just little tinges in the sound in the score. You know, when she opened that closet door and shut it, the music sort of rumbles like a little bit. To almost just put you on edge.
It's really effective, and another really effective thing is right here when she turns on the TV and they explain like the exposition of why she's so like on edge because her mom's got murdered. A way to do that, because instead of someone just saying, "Oh, hi Sydney," remember, or everybody just got murdered, just like your mom a year ago. Remember, like it works in news footage like this. Clever editing thing right too, where she like cuts it off.
Yeah,
like that. And I don't like how they fucking retconned it in Scream 3 with like her. What is he technically her half brother?
Oh yeah, fucking hell.
What the fuck? It doesn't bother me that much, but it's like, why? Why did you do that? Scream 3? Like, didn't think of anything else.
It's because basically Kevin Williamson just did a little treatment for it, didn't he? And some other guy.
The Kruger guy came in, but apparently he barely used anything. It was supposed to be in Woodsboro to have Stu return. So that means Stu doesn't technically die in this movie.
Hmm.
It's funny. Right before we started
That
recording,
scenery
like,
there is just fucking
it's
awesome.
great. It's beautiful. Gives me some kind of Jurassic Parkish vibes, actually. But literally, I just watched this fucking video where Matt Lillard was interviewed, and they were asking him about Scream 5
Yeah.
and about how he was, supposed to come back in Scream 3. Asked him, hey, if you got a call to be in Scream 5, what would he's like? Yes, I'd be there immediately. It's like,
I'm no longer getting them Scooby Doo checks.
yeah, exactly. But I think it'd be cool, man, if you brought back Stu as the Ghostface killer in Scream 5 or 6 or whatever they do, because
His twin brother or something.
his twin brother, Drew or something.
True.
Drew and Stu. Parents were so mad at him.
So there's a bit when she looks out the window or goes out the front door. I can't remember which bit, and the camera pans at the bushes across her front lawn. I always read, like, back in the early days, like all the trivia, that apparently you can see him like the ghost face in the bushes. But I fucking spent like hours like freeze framing the DVD when I first got it and things like that.
Well, you couldn't find him?
Nah, I think it was just like an urban legend or something.
Probably is. They're probably mixing that scene up with the scene later on when you do see him, like, in the background where he walks by. The way the dialogue here is great. I love how self-aware this movie is. That's exactly what she ends up fucking doing too. She ends up running up the damn stairs. It's great.
That was one thing I did like about Scream 3. I think I said just to the other day is at the Sydney's house set and how it's almost recreated, yeah. And she even does the closet door.
She got like a Creed poster on her wall in Scream 3.
Have you seen the music video?
No, I did not even know it existed.
It was on the DVD, the song they did for the film. There's a music video, and fucking David Arquette's in it as Dewey. And they're basically doing he's a security guard on a film lot as Dewey, and the Ghostface is trying to wipe all the people on a tour or something out. It's fucking cheesy as shit. Like this bit here, when she's looking out and it like goes whoop whoop across all like her perimeter.
That's where they were saying you could see Ghostface like somewhere in the background. That must have been like, they must be confusing that with the later scene. Be cool if it's actually in there though.
Yeah.
Isn't there a scene in Scream 2 where you can see that? I think around the time, maybe I could be wrong. I've only seen Scream 2 once. It's been like a couple of days ago, but
you've got to see if you can find, because I read this back fucking. It was still the 90s when I read it. It was the original, the Scream 2, like the first draft script, and it is.
Oh, you read it? You read the thing that leaked on the internet?
Yeah, and it is just way fucking different from the film. But I'm kind of glad it leaked and they changed it.
Really?
I didn't read it when it leaked. I read it after the fact. So.
Dude, Scream 2 is fucking great. I don't know who out there is listening that hasn't seen Scream 2. If you waited like I did, Scream 2 is fucking awesome. It is a really good sequel. I would say, if it's not as good as Scream, it's like.
I just love how he bursts out that closet. Like, poof.
Yeah, it's great. Again, like, I love how the movie just fucking goes balls out. I love how pissed off she was on the phone. She was like, fuck you. And then there he is. Again, brutal. Like, actually smacking her head against the floor.
Yeah.
Tilted camera angle is great, too. Works way better here than it did in those fucking Batman and Robin movies.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's a great way to build tension, though. And she almost got fucked. I remember so many Halloweens of people like dressing up as Ghostface and trying to jump out of bushes and shit.
I remember, when they're looking at the costume and Dewey says you can get this costume at every Five and Dime in the state.
Right.
When I went to Florida in '99, I think we must have drove to about 85 five and dime stores to look for it.
To look for the fucking.
Yeah,
It's great.
but I didn't actually find one until about a year later after that when Scream 3 came out. There's like a comic book shop near me had
Oh,
one,
wow.
so I bought it.
They were all over where I live, man. There's a store that comes around here like seasonally. It's called Spirit of Halloween, and they have that suit like everywhere.
Yeah, I mean you can get it everywhere now. They sell it in like Asda, which is like our Walmart at Christmas now.
Right.
The one with the blood where you can pump the blood into it and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But back then you couldn't fucking get it anywhere.
I just thought it was kind of weird how she suspects it's him, even though he came in through the window and the fucking killer was on the.
That's such a cool shot. He fucking yelled.
Can't see again. I can't get the scary movie thing out of my mind. He's like, "Hey, oh man, what must it be like to play P.D. Dewey in these movies?"
You seen his Twitter account, like, with all the talk when they confirmed the fifth one, and that he was like interacting with all like the fan sites and fans and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
He showed up kind of late.
Yeah. Maybe it
It's
was
all
her.
right. Someone just tried to kill me. He's such a dork.
I love that line. That line's good in Scary Movie though, when she's like, "Yes, doofus."
Yeah. Well, even later on when they're in the police station,
Yeah.
what does she say? She's like,
Deputy
"Mom told me
Doofy or something.
when I wear this badge, you gotta treat me like a man of the law."
Yeah.
Also told you to stop putting your dick in the vacuum cleaner.
They don't even need to like take the piss out of him in Scary Movie because he's pretty much a comedic
already
version of himself anyway.
Exactly.
When he fucking, you know what he was doing in his room, don't you? You know when he calls her on the phone,
exactly.
and he comes out in his fucking underpants. You know he was fucking
Disturbing me when I'm cleaning my room. Jesus. Courtney Cox in this movie is a fucking bitch. Like hardcore, man.
She sort of just gets a bit more tepid with every film.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, watching Scream 4 though. Yeah, the other cop that was trying to come in between her and called him Doofy.
Yeah.
And Dewey kind of fucked up. Had a line in that movie where she's like, "You're not cheating on your wife if you eat my lemon square."
Oh yeah, the fucking blonde.
And he's like, "Nah, but I would be cheating on my diet."
Yeah.
Like, he's still a dumbass. Like, anyone looks like a real life serial killer, it's Skeet Ulrich.
Do you ever see a film with him called The Chill Factor?
I heard of it. I don't think I've seen that movie though.
Him and Cuba Gooding Jr. Oh, it's fucking
Terrible.
yeah. It was like his first big film after Scream. Yeah, it was crap.
Can't imagine it being like a hardcore action part because he's kind of skinny and small in Scream.
Yeah, he was more basic. He was basically a shitter version of Nicolas Cage in The Rock.
Oh God.
Yeah.
that's got to be interesting to watch.
No, it's not. that's the whole point.
You're saying a shitter version than
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage in The Rock. I've not seen The Rock in years.
His
You're
dad.
complaining about his Beatles album.
He's
Intense
channeling.
stare there.
He's channeling his Johnny Depp crybaby
Yeah.
look. I love this, like the POV camera shot as well.
wonder what it's like for her, coming off of Friends, doing this. And she was mainstay on these movies.
Yeah, because when, like, with all them Friends people, weren't it? When, like, they were releasing films, everyone was expecting their character. Like Matthew Perry.
Right, like
It was
Lost
based
in Space.
Yeah, and do you ever see a film called like Fools Rush In, where
Oh my God, not no! I saw it, but it's been a long fucking.
yeah, with because Matthew Perry is basically Chandler in that, and Ross is basically Ross in all the films he did in the late 90s, whereas she just flipped the role completely for this. There's
It
this
works
line,
too.
the five and dime line.
Is she said anything about coming back for Scream 5? Do you know?
Who, Courtney Cox?
Yeah.
No, there was no talks. They announced it probably about a month before the Corona stuff kicked off. Then about 2 weeks later, David Arquette, and then there was talks of her, and then it's sort of been a standstill since then.
I hope that they put everything together to make it great. I mean, like I said, even though I don't really care for Scream 3, Scream 1, 2, and 4 are legit. They're damn good slasher movies.
Yeah.
And I would really hope for Scream 5 to be just as good as those other ones.
Yeah. Well, the Knives Out is quite a clever film, so I've got a lot of hope for it.
So you liked Knives Out? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you, I did prefer Ready or Not, though.
You're not.
Because they're basically the same film, but not. They look the same. They're pretty much set in the same building, but like,
Really?
although the plot's different, it's like the volcano Dante's Peak thing, pretty much.
Oh,
Two
gotcha,
films that are
gotcha.
pretty much look the same.
Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Yeah,
Something like that.
but it is a smart film, so that's always a good thing.
Dewey kind of sucks as an officer. He should be arresting Sydney right here. He should be like putting all those kids that are drinking underage and later. Another scary movie moment. He throws her the ice pack and it fucking knocks her out.
Yeah. That camera angle.
How would Rose McGowan go on to fucking involved with Marilyn Manson after this?
I think it's a whole Harvey Weinstein mess with your head.
Oh.
Did you ever see Phantoms?
No.
Ben Affleck and it's got Liev Schreiber in it as well. Her.
Really?
I can't remember who the other female actress was, but it's that ongoing Jay and Silent Bob joke, isn't it? That Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms because he was so bad in it.
Oh. King of Jay and Silent. What the fuck were they doing in Scream 3? What idea was that?
But Wes Craven's in.
Yeah, I know he's in the back with them. Yeah.
In Jay and Silent Bob as well, the film, pretty much doing the same thing.
In Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back or Strike Out? Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in a long
It's
time.
Dewey in his pants, underpants.
With his fucking gun.
Yeah. No, because I love this. He's like, hello.
Fucking moron.
Yeah. Now Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back at the end, don't they? They go to the film studio, and they're running through all the film sets, and they go through to Goodwill Hunting 2.
Yeah.
And then
they've also got Mark Hamill on his
Cockknocker
Star Wars thing.
But they go on the Scream set, don't they? And they take the mask off, and it's the monkey.
Oh fucking hell, you're right.
And Wes Craven's directing it.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in years.
That's literally Liev Schreiber's only part in the film.
No, they really did the most of him in Scream 2.
Hmm.
Like when he came back, I actually really liked his character in that movie.
Oh yeah, because he was so unlikable.
Yeah, and at the end, when he does actually pull through and save Sydney, I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, they threw all that shit away.
They randied him.
Randied him in the fucking beginning of Scream. By the way, another thing I don't like about Scream 3, that fucking voice changing device
Oh,
that
yeah.
somehow has all of their voices.
He's got our voices.
What? How does that work?
Oh,
And,
that's just stupid.
how does his wife, girlfriend, or whatever she is, hear that voice
That's
through the door instead of his voice? Like, it's just believable.
That reporter, that was Thingy from The Exorcist, wasn't it?
Who?
You know when she gets out of the car and the reporter comes up and she's like, "How does it feel?" And Dewey pushes her back. That's Linda Blair. You know,
Linda Blair?
Regan from The Exorcist, the girl.
I didn't recognize her.
Yeah.
I know that there's a cameos like that in Scream 2. Is Linda Blair in Scream 2 as well, or just the first one?
Don't know if she's in Scream 2.
The way, another thing, Scream 2, they said David Schwimmer was like one of the stars in Stab. That's pretty funny.
And Jennifer Aniston's body on her leaked nudes.
Those are clever jokes. Again, these movies have kept up to date. They're not like Jay and stupid.
I love
in Scream 4.
In Scream 2 as well, when they're having the debate about horror films, and literally every kid in that classroom is out of some late 90s teen sensation thing, because you've got Buffy, you got fucking Pacey from Dawson's Creek.
Right. Yeah, Dawson's Creek guy's there.
Yeah.
All talking about what sequel's better than the original. Which, ironically, you know that some people think Scream 2 is better than Scream 1.
Nah, it's probably level.
It's pretty close. I mean, I don't think it's fair to say it's better than Scream 1, because Scream 1 didn't really do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's kind of perfect the way it is. But like I said, man, Scream 2, I did not expect to be as good as it was. Hell, this is a good movie.
Yeah. Just as good, I'd probably class it as.
I even like the end with the fucking... I don't know how a lot of people felt about this, but when the dude, Mickey, when he shot Derek on that, I was like, that's fucking hardcore. Movies have got some great twists like that, and kills. The thing I don't like about Scream 2, I had to pick one thing. It's the fact that they fake out Dewey's death again.
Oh yeah.
And that time it looked like he really, like, he's fucking dead.
That was
like,
a lot harsher than the first one.
And then he's just fine at the end.
In Scream 3, it's like, how can you still walk?
You know, one thing I do like about Scream 3, like, just to stop taking the piss out of it for a second, is that it's stupid as fuck, but the moment where the killer throws the knife, like, butt of the knife, like, hits Louis in the face, like, makes him fall down the stairs.
Scooby-Doo moment.
It is Scooby-Doo. It's dumb as shit, but it's fun.
There's so many giveaways that Stu is the killer as well in this film, when you go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
I love the stab scene of this in Scream 2 with fucking Owen Wilson's brother.
Like, he hits his head like, ooh,
stupid.
Right there, man. Like a serial killer.
I think that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, shit.
You can go to this location, I think it's like the City Hall, and you can just walk around this building and stand at the top of that staircase and stuff.
Nice. Might have to do that. I really enjoyed, like, checking out the I got to look at the RV, Lost World. It'd be cool to go to some other movie locations and check out shit like that. Actually, Scream. Farmhouse would be dope.
Yeah. That's private property, though. That's you can only sort of see it when they do them open evenings and
that. I'd have to line it up to go there, though, because that's a pretty great horror location. We're smart to set it out there with, like, oh fuck, I love that shot where, like, you can see the news van following them and they drop the bag out of the window and the awesome song comes on. This is quality. I will say one thing. Oh, he's the killer and all. My girlfriend thought that I tried to kill her and then threw me in jail and I didn't really kill her. I don't think I'd ever talk to her again.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck you.
Like,
See, they got
what the fuck?
these kids have got the flat masks on.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
This is how much of a Scream nerd I was back in the day. This one guy, like this early IMDb days as well, I found out he was in a film called Category 7.
What?
It's like basically like a, it's basically a, I don't know, like a end of the world shitty sci-fi disaster movie, and I watched it because I was like, I found out that he was in it, and it was fucking terrible. Just as one of the kids with like one line.
Characters that are like in brief scenes,
Yeah,
mean nothing to the plot. That's great.
the internet was limited back then.
By the way, this fucking bitch in this bathroom is ripping Sydney's ass open.
This is Skeet Ulrich's girlfriend at the time, wasn't it? The blonde one.
Like in real life.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. I didn't know that.
That's what people fucking are like in real life, though, aren't they?
Yeah, fortunately.
Something happens, people start bitching, talking behind their back, and all of that. That's what's.
Be vicious too. Campbell's great. She's really given a. I don't think there's any point in any of these movies where she doesn't give a good performance. Only complaint I have is Neve Campbell is not her fault, but Scream 4 is not as guilty as this as Scream 3 is, but they kind of limited her character. She's not really. You notice on Scream 3, it's mainly Gale Weathers and Dewey.
Well, she agreed to do, yeah, because at that point in Scream 3, she was sort of taking off, and
the TV show she was on.
Yeah, and she didn't, it was like basically her career, and she didn't really want to do it, especially with how the slasher movies were going. So she said she'll do it, but she'll only do like a limited. Like her availability was minimal.
Shame, because I feel like if she was in Scream 3 more, because the stuff that she's in is pretty good. I like the idea of her working in the
like a victims or Samaritan sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Now they fucking ruined that shit with that cheesy ass dream sequence with her mom. Like what they were doing with the character was cool. Like I said, Scream 4 is not as guilty as Scream 3, but she is in Scream 4. Not as much.
I love how the gown comes down over his legs.
I did too. Yeah, and I love how the movie's just like, yep, we're gonna have a fucking attack right here. You don't expect it. You expect a fake out, like something stupid, like a cat, like knocking over a garbage can.
Jump scare cat.
Yeah. Instead, it's like, no, it's a fucking killer. Would that be the flat mask, or would that be the?
That's the standard.
Standard.
You can tell by the jaw, like the chin pokes out on the standard.
It was like just under where the bar was on the screen. So weird that they ended up together in real life.
Yeah. She's a lot older than him as well.
Yeah, she's what, 32 here? He's 25?
Something like that.
Something like that. You love that line he gives afterwards. He's like, "Ma'am, I'm 25. 24 for a whole year." As much of a dork he is, like it's a cool line to give. Enough for him, anyways. Again, like, just keep thinking a scary movie where fucking starts like tickling him. She's like, "Is that drool?" He's like, "Yeah, I forgot to swallow."
This is sure.
There's the next scene after that. He's like, "Gale swallows." Ray-Bans that he's got.
Mm.
Just change positions.
So his glasses.
Yeah.
This high school is like a really good set, but it wasn't the original set, was it? Because they were filming in a high school, and then like the parent teacher board caught wind of what the film was actually
what
about.
The fuck?
So they were like, "Yeah, piss off."
Small town like that needs all the fucking publicity it can get for tourists and shit. Like, what would you get pissed off about? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Be one of those super like conservative religious groups. Like, how dare you make a horror movie in our fucking sweet rural town or whatever. Kids of Halloween here too, by the way. The kids are going home and there's talk of like a party or whatever.
Yeah, even like the camera following them down like the sidewalk and that.
I hope they get Matt Lillard back.
Yeah.
Is he? I know that people say he died, but if they were gonna bring him back in 3, not dead. They could reuse him somehow.
Get Rose McGowan back as well. Her head's all squashed like a Barbie doll that's been trodden on.
Oh my god, this guy right here.
Yeah, that's the flat mask.
Comedy is good in this too.
Hmm.
Say the comedy works in all of them except 3, except for that knife thing I talked about. Oh,
Yeah.
that shit was funny as hell. He turns around right here and scares himself with fucking good moron. Pissed he is.
Nobody pranks the Fonz.
Oh, I did not know, by the way, that it's Wes Craven in the Freddy Krueger get-up.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's janitor.
He calls him a prick, doesn't
You, Fred. That's great. Back in the day, would you marathon Scream 1 through 3 on VHS or anything, or DVD, like when they're still kind of new?
3. I would 1 and 2.
Okay.
By the time 3 came out, don't think I did.
See, I was wondering how it felt. It was fresh, back to back to back. If it felt like a concise trilogy, because when I just watched it, 1 and 2 felt like Jurassic Park and the Lost World, and it just like 3 is just like, what is this? Like, this doesn't belong.
It sticks out. That's such a cool scene. This is brutal.
It's great right here. Looks genuinely terrified.
And the reflection in the eye as well.
Yeah, the eye thing. It's great. Wish more movies today did shit like that.
Editing in this is awesome as well.
Yeah. Clever. The whole movie is put together. I think it came out at the perfect time too. Like, I don't think you could have done this years later when they were doing all that Saw and those other movies.
What you were saying about doing a marathon of it is, I don't think I ever watched them all back to back. I think because it's too different. The same reason I couldn't. I don't think I've ever, and I don't think I ever could marathon the first 3 Jurassic Parks.
Right, because it's such a downer. Like, you get to 3 and you're like, what the fuck is this? This is like a totally different franchise.
Yeah, because a few years ago, a load of us, like the UK Jurassic fans, we went and watched, because they did Jurassic Park and the Lost World back to back in London at the Prince Charles. And, I think there was talks later of the trilogy, or like 1 to 4. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to go because I can't.
I don't blame you, man.
Yeah, I can't even force myself to go and watch it.
In Jurassic Park and the Lost World, it's like very different from Jurassic Park, but it still feels like
He's fucking in the bush.
yeah. Must be what they're confusing, by the way, when you're talking about them seeing them in the background of that earlier scene.
Yeah, but why would that be any kind of trivia? Because it's obvious.
Oh, dude, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah. I love the
What
scene
an
in the video
asshole right
shop.
here that knocks the VHS tapes out of his hand.
Hmm.
God, he's giving it all, man.
Hmm.
Great acting. With E.T.'s mom.
I love it how he just fucking is winding him up.
Yeah. Yeah, right here, I think it's the most obvious that Billy and Stu are the killers.
Mm.
Girl in the back right there that overhears him. She's like, look at this shit. I'm getting out of here. It's weirdo.
The Clerks poster.
There's a Clerks videotape later on.
Yeah, on the shelf, isn't it? With the camera.
What does that mean? Does that mean the movie Clerks exists in the same universe as Scream, but somehow Jay and Silent Bob like exist outside of the movie?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. It's like you don't fucking tag onto any of this the first time you ever see it, but then when it's like laying the fucking dad bombs in there.
It's pretty obvious. Even, I'd say, I think Stu hides it a bit better because he just kind of comes off as like a joke.
Mm.
Like a dumbass.
I don't think they had any intention of killing Randy.
In this movie? Or in any of them?
No, like them two.
Oh no, they don't give a shit.
Mm.
They would have worked him in on it if he would have not found out, like in the first movie. By the way, in the script you read for Scream 2, Randy live in that script?
Don't think so. But we're going back over 20 years, so I just remember the ending being weird, and I think the ending was set in a house, not in the auditorium.
Who was the killer? Because I know the killer was different.
I think one of them was. I don't know. I think it was a female killer, but not. I think it was her friend. What was her name? Hallie.
The black girl?
Yeah, it might have been her.
What about Derek, the boyfriend, or was it just one killer?
Oh, I can't fucking remember. But something tells me it was the friend. Okay. And I think his mum still. Billy's mum.
I like the idea of Billy's mom being the murderer.
Mm.
It works for me pretty well. Also, we're talking about all the Scream movies while we're watching the first Scream, but like in Scream 2, the best scenes, in my opinion, in any slasher movie ever, and Ghostface kills the cop on the front of the cop car.
Oh yeah.
Like the rod goes through his head and he's like twitching and shit. Then after that awesome kill, have the whole scene where you got to crawl like over top of him to get out of. That's fucking great. That builds such good tension.
It's suspense 101 because you know that Scream is not stupid enough to have a stupid jump scare like that, but also he could wake up and you wouldn't put it past it because it still wouldn't be a stupid jump scare. It'd still be terrifying.
It works. Like this part right here where you see the reflection in the fucking.
He's just walking around in it.
Yeah.
I'd say that probably wasn't even one of the killers, because at that point everyone.
You think it was one of the other kids just fucking around?
Yeah, probably. That'd be too risky for them to, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Why would they do that?
And why wouldn't Stu or Billy just be in there anyway, just listening to what they said?
I have no clue.
Out of costume.
Fucking ice cream cone here is great.
Like the synchronized smoke and lick.
It's his dad that's in the sequel, right?
Yeah, his dad. Yeah, it's the police chief.
Lewis.
Yeah, I think he's dead now anyway.
Oh man. Pulls off being a fucking dumbass cop really well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was watching that documentary you sent me though, and Wes Craven was getting pissed like when they were talking about Scream 2. For all you little shits that think that's funny, like leaking the script on the internet, it must have pissed him off to like.
Oh yeah.
You do everything.
Yeah, because it was all new back then, wasn't it? Like leaking shit on the internet. I tell you, the guy though, that Joseph Whipp, the police chief, he fucking ages terribly because he's only like 40 in this.
It's 40 there. He looks like he's fucking 60.
Yeah, he was born in 41. Oh no, he'd be 50, wouldn't he? Yeah. My maths is terrible. Oh, this is the scene you were talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, I fucking love this right here. Again, soundtrack, badass.
Even Scream 2 soundtrack's awesome as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. I just love that right there. That's foreboding, but it's also cool.
Hmm.
I feel like Freddy versus Jason tried to mimic some of this stuff, like during their party keg scene in the cornfield, if you remember that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work nearly as good as Scream.
Yeah, this set now is pretty much... But that fountain is in the middle of the path now, but it's exactly the same. I say the set.
I'd love
the
to go
house.
there. That's... that'd be awesome.
And like the kitchen, like, it pretty much hasn't been changed or anything.
They come rolling up.
Yeah, it's like, let's sneak in. Hopefully no one will see us with that great big satellite dish on the roof.
What the fuck?
Like fucking the cable guy satellite dish on their roof.
It's pretty smart how the guy that played Joel in Scream 2 decided that his character should just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. The smartest guy in the whole franchise.
The smartest guy in the whole franchise. Yeah. And it's cool because it also adds like, you know what? Maybe he's the killer. He like leaves, you know. I do it, you dumbass. You're getting used.
It's just his facial expressions get me. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's almost like he know how to talk to like other human beings or something. Yeah. Yes, I am a man. Like, what the fuck?
The hidden camera. Fucking...
Like the 30-second delay rule too, by the way.
Yeah.
It's for that great kill where Kenny gets his neck slashed.
That's pretty gruesome as well.
It's great.
This is Republica, isn't it, this song?
Oh, I never noticed the kids have weed in the back.
Hmm.
Like fucking smelling the bag and shit. I wonder when they're making Scooby-Doo, like a few years after this. I wonder if they're like, oh, you know who would be a great Shaggy? Fucking serial killer in Scream.
That guy who got the TV on his head.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
You dork. She's with me.
It's ironic that Scream 3 is basically Scooby-Doo, considering Fred and Daphne have both been killed in the Scream franchise.
I love Sarah Michelle Gellar's death getting chucked out of the fucking balcony, by the way.
Yeah. Right. Fucking cameras, if you hadn't noticed that. One thing that bothered me is when, you know, when it's Randy's changing the tapes and the camera's right in his face, but...
Doesn't see it.
Yeah, it's really low, though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
that is right. I showed this movie to my mom a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
She was commenting on the fact that Rose McGowan's and headlights are on right now. I don't think she'd seen it before yesterday. So it was pretty interesting to get her reaction. She doesn't like horror movies. Even thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, because it's not just dumb horror, is it? It's
Smart.
jump scare cat.
Scare cat. Again, in Scary Movie where the overweight girl gets like stuck in that little thud, breaks the whole fucking garage. All this stuff right here, though, is great. Who do you think the killer is right here, Stu?
It looks like Stu, doesn't it? Because it's like really tall and skinny, but it makes sense that it would be Billy.
Yeah, because Stu wouldn't kill his girlfriend.
Yeah, and Stu's in the party as well. But then no one had noticed that he wasn't there.
True, and I bet he did really want that beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Billy. He is tall. That's great. And I love that tilted camera angle.
I've never noticed how many tilted cameras there are in this film.
There's loads. It works, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work and like you're looking at Mr. Freeze's ass, like walking through Gotham City, because it's like, what effect is this supposed to have? But like right here, where it's like weird and like creepy. The way I love how all this physical like gag shit right here, him getting just piss ripped out of him.
He falls over it, doesn't he? I think the way he falls on the stairs is just so ridiculously awkward. Look.
The flip, yeah. Like,
it's like, how would you not break your back?
I don't know. I don't even know how he did that judo and flip over that. This is a gruesome kill. I feel like one thing people don't mention when they're talking about the Scream movies is how good the kills are.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something you usually talk about Friday the 13th or We're on Elm Street, but the Scream kills, man, they're pretty fucking great.
That one in Scream 4, you know, when they're watching, it's the girl who lives across the road to them, and they're watching through the window, and they're like, you just see them, and it's all the blood, and that's just like flickering out the room, like across the room.
Hell, that was dark. Yeah. Like how he just like slips back into the party.
Yeah, Stu's there now.
Oh yeah, you're right. It had to be Billy. I bet Stu's upset he never got that beer. His girlfriend's dead. He probably don't give a shit.
Nah.
I wonder why. Why does Stu, Randy, as if when Billy and fucking Sydney go upstairs, like, is he trying to say like, hey, don't worry about it, like I'm still your friend? What's like, is he just fucking with him?
I don't know.
He's got a crush on Sydney right here.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you were talking earlier how they might have had no intention of killing Randy.
Yeah.
It feels like right here it's like, hey, like, I don't know, maybe they did try to like include him if everything went.
I think they were probably just knowing that he was smart and like all the horror movie knowledge and that's why they were planting the seeds, because they wanted him to be like, oh shit, it's her dad, and like he could in his head come up with the whole plot of the dad and reel it off to the police.
Yeah. Works out pretty fucking well. Fortunately, Billy shoots his ass.
Yeah. He shoots him, he goes flying across the room as well.
Yeah, I love that too. His reaction's like, what? I'll go a little mad sometimes. rubbing the fucking barrel of the gun like against his head. So that if I had a loaded weapon, I would not fucking do that, especially right after I shot somebody.
Yeah.
It's got to still be hot, like burning the side of your scalp.
Yeah, it's just like, I've got to piss again. Back in a sec. She dropped the bomb yet?
Why?
The score is awesome here as well, just like there.
I mean, I really kind of weird looking back at this movie. That shit they got right. If like think about it, you've got this movie that basically makes fun of like all the other horror movies and like properly probably makes an original thing. Every like horror series after this was like nowhere fucking good. Like they never take pointers on like on any of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Saw. Not a fan of like really anything that came out after this. Maybe the first I Know What You Did Last Summer, but like wow. Scream was like the last good fucking slasher series.
So you mean you don't like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer with Jack Black and dreadlocks?
I don't even know if I saw that one.
Yeah, it's alright. It's a 4 out of 10 maybe.
Jesus. These kids end up in their fucking cars and just leaving.
Almost fucking run over Dewey.
Yeah, drunk out of their minds.
He's like, stop, freeze, and then he jumps out.
He just jumps out of the way. One thing I noticed upon rewatch, ending of Halloween in this movie goes on for fucking ever. Like all kinds of other shit happens.
Yeah.
While Lee Curtis is like in the closet or whatever. It's like Jesus.
Yeah, you should like try and sync it up one day and just see how quick it'd be over.
Yeah, it's probably the credits would already have rolled like after Andy walks in, right before Billy shoots him. I love the line that Stu is about to give right here.
I'll be right back.
It's great. It's fucking great.
He's like, you won't be.
I like how they try to like play it off like Dewey might be the killer right around here. Come on, man. He's not that smart. Like he can't orchestrate all that shit.
Could just be putting it on though, like Doofy.
Yeah, I still wouldn't believe it. The flashlight right here. Flashes in front of his face like some dumbass.
Always reminds me of the trailer.
Not just drive there. I love that joke too. He's like, "Oh, I don't know. That's why I asked you." In Constellation.
Billy's getting it on.
Yep. There's also clever editing with this stuff too, where they're talking about forget the exact dialogue, but they're like the obligatory tit shot.
Oh yeah,
like she takes off her shirt. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's just good editing like that. And this movie is fucking great. See the kid in the back, the way he was drinking that beer?
No.
Shoved the whole fucking bottle in his mouth. What the fuck?
See, this is a shot. Look, his face is at the TV, but then in the van...
Should be on his, like, stomach right now, shouldn't it?
His belly button.
And he stands up. You know what would have been cool if we got like a shot of the principal's body? Would have been cool to see.
What, from the football post?
Yeah.
Imagine it being in the same fashion as Drew Barrymore's. Oh, there's the clerk tape.
There's the clerk's thing.
Let's see his face.
The fuck? Yeah, you are right. I never noticed that before.
It always bugged me. I was like, that's not where the camera was. That guy was eating, what, Cheetos, and now he's eating fucking Tostitos.
Dawn.
Dude, he's about to get run off the road.
No, dude. As soon as those lights show up behind him, it's like, what the fuck? Did you even try to stop them? Just get out of the way.
It's just the way that he's like, stop, freeze.
Then, like, while he's on top of her, too, he's like, on duty. fucking loser. Here they come.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The excuse in the second one for why he's holding his fucking arm weird is that he's got a severed nerve, right?
Yeah, but then in 3 he's walking normally after his...
What the fuck?
His back is completely mashed up. Must have knocked it back. And that fucking in Scream 2, he's got like his own theme song, which is from Broken Arrow.
I noticed that. What the fuck?
So that I remember watching Broken Arrow because I didn't know at the time that's what it was from. But then I remember watching Broken Arrow about a year after Scream 2 came out, and I was like, "Is that fucking Dewey's song?"
It's like when Jack found out. There's a scene in Batman Forever where Robin's fighting all the like painted up goons in Gotham City. It's the same music that starts playing there as when Ripley's about to get raped by like the inmates in Alien 3. They're like,
what an odd fucking choice.
It's like, what the, and it's by the same composer too, so I guess he just decided that that's like his rape music because Robin was saving like a girl from being raped there. It's so weird.
Marco Beltrami didn't even do Broken Arrow. It's just such a
weird... Must have taken it from it for some reason, like...
because it's not on
Maybe that had something to do with the production being kind of troubled.
Mm,
Like, we need music.
maybe the track they did wasn't. They didn't like it, so I don't know.
Broken Arrows, a new movie at the time. Like Scream 2 comes out.
I think it came out in '96. Sitting is onto you. Yeah, Broken Arrow '96. Hans Zimmer. Look at that. It's not like they could have got that cheap or.
Is he? He's looking so fucking menacing, like he's about to fucking attack. Of course, anybody would think you're the killer, dude.
I love it. There's no blood on the knife, and you see him wipe it on the knife. Look. Whoop! He puts the blood on the knife, and there it wipes it
that's
off.
clever. I never noticed that.
But that's what I mean. It's just little things like that on the second view, and you're like, "Oh shit! It's wiping. It's right there in front of you." And
It is. That is clever. That's cool. By the way, Stu's room is fucking weird. What the fuck is hanging from like the ceiling? Ever notice that? There's like weird dolls and shit. I love watching him get his ass. Look at that little man in the fucking laundry thing. He's got like.
It's like the little doll things from Toy Story 4.
It's something like that, yeah. The fucking room that Ace Ventura goes to in the first movie, where it like laces out.
The laces are out.
Jesus Christ. How did you feel about the twist in Scream 4 where Sydney's niece or cousin or whatever she was the killer?
I didn't.
Did you see it coming or?
No, I didn't mind it because it's almost like a sign. It's almost more relevant now. People don't think. She did it for fans, basically, didn't she? And that's what people do now, don't they? Like all these Instagram, YouTube influencers. They don't give a fuck. They go that fucking head hanging off. They do shit without even thinking about it, and you can almost see someone doing that now.
Yeah, I believe it.
And living in the shadow of a quote unquote famous
that's also
cousin.
like her family member.
Yeah.
Shit's great right here.
See, I don't think they expected Randy to be here at this point. That's why, because he walks in, doesn't he? And he stops and looks at him.
Randy, what the fuck are you doing here? Now I gotta kill you.
Yeah. I love it. Jamie turn around. He's pretty much talking to himself.
It's clever script. This really goes a long way. Like, these fucking dudes sleeping. I like the twist in Scream 4. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that
Home Alone's brother.
Yeah. That's more because fucking kills, like, in my opinion, the most likable character in that movie. New character in that. Here we got Kenny's slash. Makes.
That's gruesome.
The expression on his face right here, too. He's like,
fuck.
And dead. Ooh. Yeah.
A little poke there.
Yeah.
He's fucking.
And the videotapes and shit out of the way.
Blast! Damn it.
Great how they do the whole scene in the car though after this. Cop car.
Oh,
with his gun out. It
It
reminds me of the Raptor in The Lost World where it's trying to get Malcolm inside the car. He does genuinely look scared.
Yeah.
Like he's like, yeah, I might have to shoot a kid.
If I don't shoot myself in the foot
Yeah,
first.
exactly. Those noises he went.
Adding to his fear as well.
What do you think her dad is thinking? Like somewhere in this house, tied up.
I guess I'm right.
What the fuck is going on?
They probably knocked him out or drugged him at this point.
I see right there, like that's pretty close to the end of Halloween. I think the next time we see it, like she's in the closet.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was. I do love this scene right here, though, where like she's the blood.
I love the soundtrack there. It's like nyeh, 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 nyeh.
She actually gets in the car though and turns on the windshield wipers.
Yeah,
That's pretty good, man. That's clever shit.
apart from the, I love it. She fucking smashes Randy in the
Where
face.
she beats the fuck out of Randy. Yeah, it's stupid. But like, poor Randy, man. Like fuck me.
Well,
I love that shit right there.
and then the physically impossible reversing and he falls forward.
Expression on his face.
I'm still not quite dead. And there he is.
Knocks the fucking fence over. This is crazy, by the way. Scene where the car goes off the road.
She hits
All
it.
intents and purposes, in a normal horror movie, Gale Weathers would die.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's not been very nice to the lead hero.
And she fucking hits that tree as well. Sydney's like shit.
Fucking only car destroyed.
I love this bit.
I do too.
Here, Randy and
Had to
that.
be. Yeah.
It's got to be like some ADR there, because I swear she looks like she says no, but it says Dewey.
Yeah. Is this still Stu? Gotta be still Stu because
Yeah.
Billy comes down the stairs, right?
Yeah. Because after he disappears, doesn't he? Then that's when he comes back with Randy, pretty much.
I wonder. I've never gone back and tried to figure out like who's the killer during like which exact scene.
I think it was on that website I was talking about. I think they had like
You
on
figured
the
all that
trivia
shit out.
bits. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, this is who could have been this." Same in Scream 2 as well.
Oh, that'd be cool for Scream 2.
It was like this.
See, in
this,
Scream 4, they just opened the movie with both of the Ghostface killers, like, yeah, Arden Adam. Very Halloween.
Yeah. It's almost like Stu is always like the doofusy killer. Like
That's what I'm thinking too, because she always gets away from him.
Whereas like Billy seems like the more vicious one.
Because he killed Stu's girlfriend pretty easily, apart from the, dumb falls and shit. Look at him acting. He's like, oh. He's asking for the gun. Great.
Fuck you both.
Yeah. See, smart. Of course, you would say that. You'd be like, yeah, I don't know who it is, so fuck you guys. Of
Smart, but then fucking Billy comes.
corn syrup ass.
Mm. Perfectly timed.
Her mind, she's probably like, "Oh shit, he was still alive,"
Hmm.
and I left him. He's really committed to this role of being a killer if he's gonna throw himself down the stairs.
Fucking breaks his neck on the way down.
What if he died right then?
Wouldn't she even question that he's just like standing upright at this point?
Yeah, I know. He like goes flying through the air.
It crushes that table. Oh, look at his shoes as well. Fucking shiny
Yeah,
red shoes.
An evil looking bastard.
Yeah, he's a nasty arsehole.
You know what though? I never thought about this before. He'd make a great Jurassic Park villain.
Yeah.
Look at his face. Fucking freak.
Mm.
I wonder if they sell something like that that'll change your voice to that.
I think they're not they're more like voice distorters, really.
Cool to own something like that.
Yeah.
He's going over the top, man. It's great. Close he's getting up on Billy too. He's like right by.
It's hilarious when you watch it, but it's fucking awesome at the same time.
Yeah, because it's so creepy. These two people.
It's like full on Looney Tunes.
Yeah, exactly. Did you say like "fuck you" and he's like, "Oh, we already played that game. You lost." Oh, they gotta bring back Stu. Bring him back. Scream 5. Make it happen.
Should start a Twitter account. Do you remember the old? It was years ago. He had Alan Grant for JP4. There was some guy on Twitter just fucking pimping it every day for years.
I bet he was disappointed when that movie came out.
Yeah, Stu for Scream 5.
It's like those people that still have that damn petition for the Spinosaurus T-Rex a rematch. That petition for what, 20 years now?
Spino T-Rex rematch in Scream 5.
Jesus Christ. Hey, that'd be something.
Everyone's like,
what if it's canon in the Scream universe? Like that's their Jurassic Park 6 or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, don't you remember at the end when at Scream when you see the forest and the mountains, you can see the dinosaurs escaping Lockwood Manor.
There's a scene right here where Billy explains his motive and the way Stu looks at him, almost like he didn't know. That's why I don't really like Scream 3, because Scream 3 was like, oh yeah, the director or whatever like filmed all that. I get that he would show Billy.
Yeah.
That would be what sends him over the edge, but Stu looks clueless right there.
I think Stu is just a lunatic, like crazy though.
He's just a...
Yeah.
Okay, you want to kill some people? Sure. Why not?
So even thinking back over the Scream films and that, I don't really regard Scream 3. I acknowledge it, but I don't, in the lore of it,
right?
yeah.
Right, yeah.
When I watch Scream,
I don't blame you.
when I watch Scream 4, I don't sit there and be like, oh, I wonder if she's traumatized that she's got a half brother and all this. I don't even think about it.
There'll be someone during the next movie, the next Jurassic, they're like, I wonder if Alan still has his raptor dreams.
Yeah.
See, and I know I've been kind of harsh on Scream 3.
Mm.
But I don't like that movie as much as any of the other ones. I don't hate it. Boy, I love this part right here because this is just fucking insanity.
Yeah. We just fucking.
Look at it. This is one of the things that they had to cut down.
Yeah.
Did see the footage. There is a shot where the camera pans down and you see how much blood Stu has like lost. It's like dripping out of him in a puddle on the ground.
You can kind of tell towards the end when he's chasing Sydney, is fucking proper bloody
Covered. Yeah. It's real right here. It feels like they're really stabbing each other. Their anger and like shit. How's Billy gonna explain the corn syrup stained on his fucking shirt when the cops get there? Yeah, I'm really bleeding, but I also have fake blood all over me. I know it might look suspicious, but it's not.
Okay. Now you've explained it, we might have thought you were the killer, but not now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Dewey's still alive, so he would have pulled through and be like, "These fuckers!" Like they were inside that house, like chopping each other up.
Yeah.
Getting a little woozy here.
They would have got found out anyway because Gail Weathers is hidden camera. They didn't know about it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No way they get out of this.
Yeah, that's strange as well. In Scream 2, that she wrote all this book and all of that. Why she would have still had all this footage?
Well, she could have made like some sort of.
It could have been reference for like the book and all of that. They just didn't think enough to bring it all up.
They made based on the fucking event.
Fucking Heather Graham in that weird house.
It's great though, dude.
And he's on the roof, and the lightning flashes, and everyone's like, "Woo!"
Yeah. God, I need to rewatch Scream 2. I had so much fun watching that movie. This is a great reveal, by the way. Again, like I like the fact that she doesn't just immediately shoot them because she doesn't know how guns work, the safety on it, and everything's. She don't look fucked up right there.
Camera pans down. She's got a fucking massive tree branch in her gut.
Scream's also got some great like one-liners. The dialogue in there is great. To the end when she kills Billy, not in my movie.
The weird neck crack he does now.
Oh yeah, look at that evil ass face. There's a weird neck crack thing.
I know you said like he'd make a good Jurassic villain, but more realistically, he'll probably be a villain in like the Jurassic Games 2 or something, on them sci-fi movies.
Oh, like one of the rip-off movies.
Yeah, you can just imagine him walking around in like a headset, like a Bluetooth headset, in the fucking communication center or whatever it is.
In Jurassic World 3 or something.
Get bloodstained his sleeve is fucking.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Is like he's covered in blood. See, and it also, when they do technically like quote kill him in this movie, he makes like that goofy noise. Yeah, like I was like, oh, so he's not dead.
There's hope.
Never thought that killed him. I'm dying here. He grabs the phone right here and just starts talking.
Hello.
Jeez, God. Did you really call the police? Great how he throws the phone in his back.
He wasn't actually meant to hit him, was he?
I don't know. It looks painful though. He's like sitting there bleeding and shit. That's great. That's great. feel like the newest Halloween movie took some notes from the original Scream, especially at the end where Jamie Lee Curtis comes out of the shadows and it's like "Happy Halloween, Michael," stabs him. I don't like all this shit going on right here.
Yeah. She actually fucked him up in the filming for that scene.
Did you really stab him right there?
But no, he's got like some weird Skeeter Ridge got some like heart problem, and he's got like some kind of device in his chest. And on that second poke, you see him fall to the floor, and like he looks like he's in actual pain because she like basically poked it.
Yeah.
I always had a thing for you, Sid.
Halloween, like, look, she's still in the closet. He is a fucking Looney Tune character in this movie.
You could add.
Yeah, right here. Like, I never thought that killed him. The sounds he makes. Oh man, I wish that they would have stuck closer to the original idea for Scream 3.
Which one was that? Oh, what was Stu? Yeah.
It was Stu just being the killer. Right? It was also supposed to take place in Woodsboro instead of that
Hollywood.
fucking punch Billy gets.
Randy just gets fucking. Randy is
Poor
the Tim.
Randy.
Randy's Tim of Scream. Just beat him.
Yeah, exactly. Do anything to him. Ooh, in the wound. Yeah. Twist on top of twist in this. Right. He's like, me the fuck out of here.
Even the line here is great.
Yeah, where he comes back.
For one last scare.
Like how he like lunges at him with his arms out too. What is he gonna do? Not in my move. Fucking great. Get me, untie my ass. I'm hearing gunshots going off and shit.
Is that the same closet she was in?
You had to have put him in there after that. The only thing to make... Wait a minute. No, that can't work either, can it? How Dewey lives. It is way more believable here, though, than it is in Scream 2.
Yeah.
He just... It's blood, like, everywhere out of his mouth, like, all over that glass plate.
It's like, let's go! At the end of the second one.
Yeah.
It's a great shot as well. Like the pan.
By the way, in Scream 4, he gets fucked up with the bedpan by Julia Roberts in...
Emma Roberts.
Yeah. That's great. Great movie all around. Everything they've done was pretty sweet.
I love it that they waited till in the credits to have like the jump scare moment.
Yeah, with the...
It's just like...
Great. Do that again in the sequel too, but they don't do it in 3, which I guess they thought it would be the end of the trilogy or whatever. A great song too.
Yeah. Do you
sweet movie.
No, 2 at the end of 2 when the camera's sort of like, I think it's on like a helicopter, isn't it? And it sort of goes away from her over the top of the college.
Where she's walking through the campus.
Yeah, I think they had Ghostface in that bell tower, but I think they digitally removed him because they thought that would just be stupid. Like
They had him in the bell tower in that movie?
Yeah, but I think they digitally removed him. Because I think they originally was like, oh, we could keep it open for Scream 3, and then they were just like, nah, stupid.
Well, it wouldn't have been stupid if they tried to say that was Stu or something, but at the same time,
Sydney's
and
brother up there. I will get you
Sydney,
one day.
oh god, that's lame.
The thing with
Yeah.
Scream 3 is none of the characters you don't even give a shit about them. Like like in
Oh, not
this, like
really.
Tatum and most of the characters, even like the Fonz, you're like, oh shit. Whereas in Scream 3,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just popping them off like nobody's business, and you don't really care.
I mean, like in Scream 3, you've got the quiet girl that, like, right before she dies, she reveals that she slept with Lance Henriksen,
No, yeah.
and like you got fucking the Gail Weathers actress. You
Oh,
got
Parker Posey.
yeah, yeah. Like it's just not.
What would Gail Weathers do?
What the
Fuck
fuck?
off.
And then the Dewey guy gets fucking blown up. And
Yeah.
I hate that whole idea, by the way. The way that they orchestrated that. Oh, so. Does
With
it say, like, it prints out that thing that says,
the
like,
fax machine or something?
I'll give mercy to the first one that smells the gas?
Makes
So
no
there's-
sense.
How would he know that he would have to he would have to use the lighter, to
No.
blow up the whole thing? Like,
That's just fucking
this
stupid.
is stupid.
Yeah. He I completely forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, Scream 3 sucks.
Scream 3 is terrible. But this is great, though. This original Scream 2 is great. I was pretty shocked how good Scream 4 was.
And
Look,
no
Matthew
comment on
Lillard
this.
is- on the TV series.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I tried to watch season 3 because you told me that Ghostface was in that.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it yet. I don't know why I haven't got around to it, but I was planning on watching it. I did hear some questionable feedback, but yeah, I was going to give it a chance.
Well, you might want to, but I watched the first 5 minutes of season 3, and I'm telling you, like, for me personally, I was pretty fucking bad.
Mm.
It has Tony Todd in it, and like, he's like, they don't call him Candyman, but they call him Hookman, and he has a hook for a hand. Like, it's. I didn't want to watch anymore after that. I was like, okay,
No.
all right, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Done.
No Wes Craven, no Kevin Williamson.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what it felt like. It felt like one of those cheesy, like, TV shows on MTV that are for, like, kids.
Mm.
You know, which I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's the YouTube generation's Scream.
bad.
He
That's
killed me
true.
by DM.
I don't know if they do Scream 5 right. I'll be really, really happy. It'll be difficult without Wes Craven, but I mean, I think they can pull it off. Like, especially if they know that they wanted to make 4, the first in like a trilogy, that didn't work because I guess 4 didn't make enough money.
It didn't not make money, but it didn't make good money.
No,
Yeah. I think
it's
that was
crazy. 4's good. Like, it's really good. I was actually really surprised how good 4 was.
Yeah, but I think around that time, weren't it? They were fucking rebooting everything.
Ironically, and that's what that movie was making fun of, was like
Yeah.
all the remakes of like
Fri-
Halloween. And,
Yeah, Friday the 13th was coming out, the reboot.
That's right, yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. And I bet the studio were probably pushing for a Scream reboot, and Wes Craven was like, nah.
that shit. Yeah, that would have been way too early anyways. It was already way too early for all those other movies.
Mm.
Yeah. Scream 4's 4 works like on a whole bunch of different levels though.
Yeah.
Along with Scream 2. Like, first 10 minutes of the movie, like, where they're making fun of, like, torture porn shit like Saw,
Yeah.
and like the girl gets fucking killed immediately. Then they've got the fake out stab thing where the other girl,
Mm.
a pack one, gets stabbed like in the stomach.
It's like,
Great shit. It's great shit.
yeah, that is really good. Yeah, I haven't watched it in a few years, but I am going to watch it again. We should probably do a commentary. We should probably go through the series.
It'd be cool, man. I'd be down to do it.
Like one a week or something.
I probably wouldn't do any of the episodes just because I don't think it'd be worth doing.
Oh no, I meant for the series, like
The movies, right?
the movie series.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't do it. The fucking it's like 60 episodes of a shitty Scream
That
show.
shit, man. Like, it's like kiddie stuff. At least what I saw, I was like,
Mm.
hey, you know what, man? I don't think I'm gonna watch anymore.
Because I watched the first episode of the first season, and to me it was a lot like 13 Reasons Why, but the horror movie version.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, what the fuck am I watching? This isn't Scream.
Because I like 13 Reasons Why, I watch it and I was like, this in no way
Oh, check out the
whatsoever.
credits.
What's
No
that?
thanks whatsoever to the
Oh
Santa
yeah,
Rosa City School District. I did not. That's great that that's in there.
a little poke. Yeah, but I was just like, when we started watching 13 Reasons Why, I was just like, this is not in any way appealing to my generation. Just the way these kids
No,
are, these kids talk.
it sucks. It sucks
Mm.
so bad. It's also just straight up not made for. It's made for girls. Like that. That's what it feels like to
Yeah.
me. I'm just like, I'm watching this shit. This is whatever. But
Yeah. Dopey.
I'd be down for Scream 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, why not? Maybe do one a week.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
It's fun.
I was going to say, yeah, when you were saying about the Fonz, they should have shown a clip of him like hanging from the tree.
Yeah, that would have been
Oh,
great.
the
Like,
post. It reminded me, like the only way that Jurassic Park 3 would have been good is right at the end before they're all rescued, and that is have a scene where fucking Billy Brennan's just floating down the river, holding onto
Clutching the
Grant's
hat
hat,
with your life.
yeah. And you just hear a helicopter in the distance. And he's like just a shit-eating smile on his face when he realises he's going to get rescued.
So goofy, but
Yes.
it's already a fucking stupid movie.
I
It
saved
might
your
make
hat.
it better. Oh, fucking Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Fuck. As
But-
many problems as Scream 3 had. It's ironic how similar they both are with their issues.
Hmm.
Like,
But-
I'd rather watch Scream 3 than JP3.
Like fucking when they drag Dewey out at the end of Scream 2, he turns to Gal, he's like, I saved your hat. It's just like,
Jesus.
it's like that's almost like the same level of what?
Of like, what, whose idea was this? What are we doing here?
Yeah, you just been mauled and pretty much killed and are on your deathbed, and you saved my
Making
hat.
this fucking joke. Yeah, I don't think people realize how childish like Jurassic Park 3 is. Saw someone make this meme in a group that they put Eric Kirby's face over Olin Timbo. They put Ben Hildebrand's face over Peter Ludlow.
Hmm.
Like, hey Eric, where you going, man? He's like, to collect my pee, Mr. Ludlow, to collect my pee. And you just see Eric Kirby's face on Roland's body, and you're just like, these are two movies in like completely different universes.
Yeah.
Like they don't work with each other like whatsoever.
Yeah, I did a video earlier. Have you seen them Tier Master? Is it Tier Master or Tier Maker?
Maker?
Yeah, where
Not
you
sure if
you basically, it's like a ranking system. You make your own ranking system.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos like that.
Yeah, and I recorded one this morning. I made my own one for Jurassic Park characters. And like my top tier is I'm going to edit it tomorrow and put it out this week. But my top tier is Bingo, Dino, Mite for like the best characters. Then you
Gotcha.
then you got Awesome, Good, Meh, Nedra's Desk, which is basically trash, and
Trash,
the bottom pile. The bottom one is One Big Pile. But I was still, because I went through the characters in the series and I was talking about Roland Tembo for ages, and I was just like, the fucking performance and the character.
He's
It's
great.
It's in this type of film. He should have been an Oscar-winning. It was an Oscar-winning performance worthy of something like Schindler's List. And then you
Totally,
cut
yeah.
to Jurassic Park 3, and they're all pieces of shit, you know?
Like, oh, when the tricyclops attacks, don't worry, like, what's the bad idea? It's like so wrong. It just doesn't work. When you go from like even like if we don't count Pete Postlethwaite's incredible performance, still got Richard Attenborough who's doing like his damnedest in both movies. He's great in both films. Bob Peck as Robert Muldoon is great.
Uh,
Then you got fucking
Ned
like
Flanders.
Ed Flanders and his stupid wife in that movie.
Eric.
Oh my god! And then like even the boyfriend Ben.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
She
Love how
having
that
yet?
Love how that kid that's going through the series, he called Cooper a hitman
Yeah.
when he was in the fucking in the plane, like driving to the island, flying to the island or whatever.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3. I knew Deskey's a fucking cartoon.
Mm.
I never said I was.
They
That's
should-
true.
They should have just like, I don't know, because Pete Postlethwaite's dead, but Jurassic World, like, had a press conference, or even in Fallen Kingdom, you know, the like,
Courtroom scene?
yeah, and they bring in the witnesses, and you fucking Roland Tembo sitting there waiting, and then they bring in fucking Paul Kirby and sit him next to him, and he just starts talking, and Tembo's just looking at him like, what?
Shut the fuck up.
What? Who are you? Do I know? Do me a favour. Don't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It would also be weird for the audience because they'd look at how different like both of these characters. Like one's this serious like hunter that's like going after this T-Rex, and the
Yeah.
other one's fucking store owner or whatever, like just lost his son on the island.
Yeah. It's like literally putting fucking like a Vincent van Gogh painting next to a Simpsons character.
Yes, that's exactly what it's like.
Fucking hell.
Jurassic Park 3. What the fuck they were doing? Yeah, but that was Scream. That was fun.
Yeah. Watch Scream, not Jurassic Park 3.
Exactly. Watch Scream, Scream 2, and Scream 4.
The ultimate
And
trilogy.
Scream 3. Before you watch JP3.
What is it with third films though, where they just?
Dude, I have no idea.
It's just
I hope that doesn't happen for Jurassic World. Jesus.
Yeah, technically it's a sixth film now.
That's true.
Has there been a good sixth film?
Return of the Jedi, does that count?
I
Uh,
don't know. Yeah. Anyway, all right, man. Cheers for that.
Yep, anytime.
We'll sort out Scream 2 next week.
Yeah, that'll be great.
All right, man. Catch you later.
Later, man.
Bye.